Hi, I'm Mark, here for blog 3 on Villefond. I'm again filming this after the fact, after I fished, let you know how I got on. I did exactly what I said I wouldn't do in vlog 2, which was pack up as soon as I had a fish and go home. So that's why I'm filming it after the fact. So I fished the cabin swim, and this was my last opportunity before the season started, so I decided to make most of it, do 2 nights. I fished the same spot, which is about halfway towards the island. Same rig. I had a sweet corn rig on one and a plastic sweet corn rig on the other rod. Both of them I fished halfway straight in front of the cabin towards the island, so in about 4 feet of water. The first night went by pretty quiet, didn't get a touch, not a knock. So the next day I decided, I reeled them in, the rigs looked fine, but I decided to go straight back on the same spot. Same bait, a little bit of sweet corn, a little bit of pellet around them, and a little bit of the particle that we feed them on. And just as I was going to put I put the first rig out, the sweet corn rig, and as I was going to put the second rig out, which was the fake plastic sweet corn, I decided that I was going to change it. I quickly tied a new rig and decided to put a bit of meat on, a bit of luncheon meat, because I thought with the luncheon meat I've got half a chance of catching the sturgeon. I really want to catch what we call Captain Sherman, so I decided that I'd have a shot of catching either a carp or a sturgeon, so hedged my bets as it was the last night. So I switched to a luncheon meat. Again, a little size 8 hook, same setup, inline leads, about, I don't know, half a metre to a metre of tubing, flying back leads, the normal. So as I got the rods out, put the meat out, and it was about 9:30 at night, I got a couple of beeps. So as I then started to put my shoes on, a couple more beats, so I knew there was a fish on, so I'm quickly trying to get my boots on, and then it actually screamed off. So I ran out, hit into it, and straight away I knew it was a big fish. It really slow, just a rod tip knocking, really slow but powerful runs that you couldn't stop, so I didn't try to bully it. So as I'm playing it, I'm thinking this is a big carp, and I'm playing it. As I start to get it in, it's obviously dark, I'm shining the head torch down and I see a flash of it, and I thought, if that's a carp, that's a massive carp. And it took off again, really long hard fight, and I wasn't going to bully it, I wasn't going to rush it, and I brought it back in again. And then just in front of the cabin swim, it's quite shallow, and it was kicking up the bottom, and I just caught a glimpse of its belly, its white belly, and I thought, that has to be the sturgeon. It's so big, and what is kicking up, it's going to have to be the sturgeon. So again, I see it a few more times, and I started to convince myself it was the size of it, it had to be the sturgeon, because Captain Sherman, he's done up to 63 pounds and really long, like a barrel. It's an awesome fish, so just the girth of it, I thought, well, it has to be the sturgeon. And then again, as it got in close, I see a flash of carp, and I thought, okay. Then I started to panic. This is a big fish, and this could be the biggest fish in the lake, known as Arnold, a big male. So I kept playing it, and as it came in, I see the size of it. I knew that it was something special, and I started to panic. So stayed calm, and eventually, when I got in the net, didn't have to look too hard to see that it was Arnold, and he'd previously done 71, about 72 pounds. So I knew it was an absolute monster, and I was already excited. So straight away I got on the phone, and I rang my mum and dad, who happened to be passing at that time, to come and help me take the photos. Unfortunately, my camera batteries had died, so we had to take the pictures on the camera, and in the dark, and it was raining. The pictures weren't the best, but we did manage to get a good video where you can see the size of it. But it was absolute monster, and a new lake record. And I put it on the scales on the tripod, and I watched the scales do a full rotation around. They go up to 120 pound, and a full rotation. I landed on 76 pound, which is smashed my PB, broke the lake record, and it's just an absolute monster of a fish. So I was over the moon. So we took some pictures, which just, it was so big, you just couldn't hold it out. The pictures don't really do it justice. You just couldn't, the weight of it, you couldn't hold it out. So tried to get in the water for some water shots, which is where we got the video, but absolutely over the moon. So I put him back and decided I'm not going to do better than that, so I packed up and went home, as I said I wouldn't do again. But as I say, I got in the water, it was absolutely soaked, over the moon. So I'm going to stick the videos on and enjoy. Thanks again.